Hello guys again. Today we are going to talk about the paid parking and how basically you have to pay for that, where you have to pay for that. In different areas, of course, government takes different fees for parking, right? So that's why we are going to talk about now that more closer, because this topic is kind of important, because sometimes people call me and ask where they can park, what should they do, where they have to pay, how they have to pay, how much they have to pay, and so on and so on and so on. So let's try to observe this question more closer. So basically in Tallinn we have three main paid zones where you have to pay for the parking. The further one, the cheaper one, is Kesklinna, like city center. Kesklinna means city center in Estonian. Südalinn, the second part, it's a little bit more expensive. And Südalinn means like heart of the city, like also center, but very center of the city, like more than center, you know. And Vanalinn, like old town. Old town, it's clear, you can understand we have this old town in the city center, bordered with medieval walls. So after you cross these walls, then this Vanalinn area applies, and you have to charge more. So government will charge for parking in Vanalinn more. Let's talk about the prices. Let's talk about the prices in this different areas in Kesklinna, Südalinn, and Vanalinn. It has to be in Kesklinna. If you want to park your car, it's 1.5 euros per hour. Then and you can in Kesklinna you also can park starting from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening. It's paid parking. After that it's free, and on Saturdays from 8 to 3 o'clock it's also paid parking. After that it's free, and Sunday is completely free. So in this case in Kesklinna you can use this kind of benefits to park. And also don't look on these pictures, it's an old one, yeah. So here means Südalinn, right, and prices. But now this rules available only for the Kesklinna. Südalinn is 24/7 has to be paid, and only 15 minutes for free. And Vanalinn the same, 24/7 it has to be paid, and 15 minutes free. In all these areas it's 15 minutes free. In Kesklinna, Südalinn, and Vanalinn 15 minutes is free, but yeah, they have different period of parking, paid parking. For example, Kesklinna has different, but Vanalinn and Kesklinna they have the same. It's 24/7 paid. And as I said, in Kesklinna it's 1.5 euros per hour. In Südalinn it's 4.8 euros per hour, and in Vanalinn it's 6 euros per hour for parking. If you want to park for free, 15 minutes for example, you need to take some stuff somewhere very quickly, then of course it's necessary to have parking clocks. Yeah, so for example you came at the place, for example at 6 o'clock, you parked at 6 o'clock, so you have to put on the clocks 6. So means after that 15 minutes start to be counted. Yeah, so you have to be back in your car after 15 minutes, so means at 6:15. So this is how you should know the prices and areas we have. So let's see it on the map. So this very wide area, it's Kesklinna, right? The cheapest area. This one is Südalinn, and here as you see it's Vanalinn, the most expensive one. So as you see, the border starts at Kristiine here. For example, you know Kristiine Street or Järvivana or Sikupilli Keskus in Lasnamäe, for example. Here it starts For example, Bussijam is here, starts this area. Actually, if you enter the city, everywhere will be the sign that shows you that you enter, for example, Kesklin. So means after you cross the sign, in all the roads of this area, where this rule applies. Of course, you have to consider one more thing, that some roads are not the government property. Some people, some private companies also have their own parking areas. For example, in Rotermani, near Coca-Cola Plaza, for example, or Forum, they also have private parking, and they will be much cheaper usually sometimes. For example, Europark, right? Maybe you heard about that. So it will be, for example, in Rotermani there is a Europark, and there you have to pay like €2 per hour, for example. So definitely not all the areas can be applied and paid like it's government property, right? So only if it's if this road is government property, or like some platform or parking areas, in this case you have to pay this money, right? If you use some private territories, like maybe some if you came to visit your friend who lives in Vanalin, for example, or Sidelin, of course, if they have their own territory, so the owner of this territory, for example, don't charge any money, then it's for free. But of course, then you have to make you need to take some card for visitors and to put it on the car, or they maybe take some money, but it's much and less. If you lives in the city center, for example, if you live in the city center, usually it's for free if you rent a flat or buy a flat, or sometimes they can charge you some money or some fees per year, like €120 per year, and you can park on this private territory, right? So you should try to divide these two things, like government property and private property, right? If it's government, then all these prices will be applied, like I explained before that. If it's private, then you have to talk directly with the owner of this private territory. Or if it's like private parking, like Europark, then they usually have all the information before you enter. Then you can see and read all the text, and you will see how much you should pay, how you should pay, and so on and so on. They also have telephone numbers, so you can pay directly from your mobile phone and so on. So yeah, Merepuist also, it's Viru Keskus, maybe you know, it's here, it's a roundabout, so all this territory till the old town from Viru Keskus here, like Pärnumanta or Narvamanta street, yeah, so it will be Südalinn here. If you go inside of the Vanalin, then you see like McDonald's in the middle, yeah, you can, maybe you know that, so it's all, everything there is like a Vanalin, and you have to pay for that more. And of course, usually you can see the signs, so that will be not a problem for you to understand how much and where are you located and how much you have to pay. So usually you have a signs for that. For example, seaport also is Kesklin still, right? So for example, on Sundays you can park there for free, actually, right? And on Saturdays, starting from 3 o'clock, it's also free for you. So how to pay? If it's government property, you just have to call the number, even text the message, actually. 1902. It's the number of the government. It's the government number. You have to send a text, your car number, like 777. PHY, for example, Kesklin. For example, if I'm parked on the territory of the Kesklin, and 15 minutes means they have to be included like your free parking, right? So you have to put 15. Then you will receive a message. So it's in Estonian, so I will translate to you. Car number parked in the zone of Kesklin, 15 minutes means may have free 15 minutes starting from 5 p.m. 35 minutes, the date, and they are starting to count payment only at 5:47. You see, plus 15 minutes, so 15 minutes is for free here. And they also text you like parking will finish at 9:47 after let me see, basically after some period. For example, if you forget to park to finish your parking, it will be finished automatically at some time after, usually it's after 12 hours, but sometimes it can be more. So in this case, of course, if you forget to close this parking, it will not be charged more, so they automatically will finish your parking at some time, and it will be not limited. Sorry, it will be anyway limited. I mean, the price will be not higher in this case. So the same for Euro parking. You also have to text to this phone number, YP, for example, YP 31. It means Euro parking, and how many minutes, for example, you want to park. And in this case also, you text this message, then you receive that your car was parked on this date, on this time, and it will finish on the next day at the same time, like 24 hours. And then you will see the charge that it will be like limited like this in this case. I mean, still it will be of course finished automatically if you forget to close it. So here you see the price for the hour of parking, like €4.50 for 1 hour. Then, for example, we have to finish this parking. You have to call this number 1903 now. So if you finish, if you don't want to park there anymore, so you just call this number and your parker will be finished in this case. So immediately when you come back to your car, you can call this number, or even a little bit earlier, so your parking will be finished in this case. So try not to forget these two numbers, 1902, 1903. After you call this number, you will receive the message that your parking was finished, in this zone. You are parking from 5:35 till 7:25, so the price for that will be like this, and the total price, for example, for the month, you also can see it's like total in the end. So if you park every day in some places, in city center, for example, in Kesklin, so finally in the end you always will see your like common saldo, like how many basically how much money you already spent on parking in this month. And this amount of money will be added to your mobile phone invoice when every month you receive your mobile phone invoice. So if you have Telia or like Tele2, for example, or Elisa, for example, they will just add this invoice with your phone, and also they will add this parking invoice there. So you will just pay for parking like your casual phone invoice, basically, right? So Here you can see how much money for this time you spent, and here you can see how much money you spent on in totally for the month already. So I hope this one was more clear for you with this parking, and of course if you have any questions, please comment on this video below that, and then please subscribe on the channel, put the like, so it will be very helpful for us to proceed this channel. Thank you very much. See you soon.